Right, so anyone who finds the roller really hard and uncomfortable, it is uncomfortable at the time, but afterwards, it's if you have pain afterwards. So Mum was complaining of feeling a bit bruised. And the reason you might feel bruised is when your back is very curved like that, the spiny process is becomes sticking out a bit in the most curved bit. So if you roll on something hard on that, it could bruise the bone. So if you use a soft ball, so once we get the curve able to invert more, then the spiny process won't stick out as much and it won't be as uncomfortable afterwards. Obviously, we don't want bruising, but we do want inverting and bending. So, sitting up nice and tall on the end of your mat, have your feet right at the very end, and we're just going to rock from side to side, rock on the left side, right side. So push that seat bone into the floor and then push the left one in and then push the right one in and then the left, and then make that movement smaller and smaller so that you feel the even pressure of the floor into your seat bones. Now put your hands on your knees and just slide your hands forwards and just holding onto your leg somewhere along the leg, just pull yourself forward onto your front bottom. So that you feel the pelvis, we're going to feel the tilt of the pelvis. Now we're going to sit up and we're going to curl backwards. So we go onto the tailbone. So we're tilting the pelvis from the tailbone, coming up to sitting vertically and then rolling forwards, coming onto that front bottom. And then rounding ourselves backwards. So at the moment, we're not worrying about what the upper back's doing. We're just moving that pelvis and bending at this hip joint. Okay, pull yourself forward a bit more here and feel the stretch in the hamstring. And then come back up to vertical. And we're going to put our hands on the floor next to our bum, push up off the floor so that our body hangs, and then rest down on that middle bottom and support the body so we stay straight. Now we're going to hold under our legs and we're going to arch the body forward so we're now curving the back the other way. We kind of do a sitting cat and dog stretch. And then rounding and then arching that back. So my knees are bending a little bit as I do this. Good, and release. Okay, put the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. James, sit yourself up, get your chest up, and then push around turning to the right. So chest up, everybody, and upper back straight. So that's better. And then release. Now other hand, right hand on left knee, left hand behind, and push up. So I'm lifting my chest up to the sky, keeping my spine straight. So I'm rotating on a straight axis, not on a curved axis. Okay, take your roller, or Mum, you take your ball. Jane and Sarah take your rollers. Pop them across the back of across the mat. And soft with the knees soft or bent, we're going to lean back and rest the roller under the bottom rib. Okay, so open. So if you want to take your head, you're going to stretch your body over it, so head's in the hand. And we're just going to pull the roller up towards the head with our legs. And then push it down. So rolling and opening that back up. So lengthening and just don't go too fast. Just go nice and controlled. Opening. And then use your breathing. So breathing in, fill those ribs, breathe out. And breathing in, opening those ribs. So just moving up and down on our roller. So I'm supporting my head because my neck feels a bit delicate today, but if I can do it without holding my head, that's good. I can rest my head on the floor, my bum on the floor, and just move that roller. Stop with the roller or ball at the kind of bra strap area and rest the bottom on the floor, and then take your hands all the way up and over your head if you can and reach. So you're stretching and then straighten those legs and push those toes away from you. Push those hands away from you. Big breath in. And breathe out. Bring those hands back up to the sky or put them behind your head. Lift your head up. And we're going to come up to sitting. Push off the roller and move our roller to the side. Good. So we just support the head. Just move the roller to the side. So we just use that to loosen the back to start with. So sitting up nice and tall on our mat, holding behind the thighs, pull up onto that middle bottom and roll those feet into circles. So I'm doing outside circles with my feet. And now I'm going to take them the other way, bringing the toes together, down, out and up. And then I'm going to point my toes hard away from me. And I'm going to look at my ankles and see, are they bending the same? Is one bending a bit more than the other? And I'm going to pull those toes all the way up to my face. Do they bend the same? Point them down. So riding horses, this is important. Are your ankles the same? Are you having your legs the same on either side of your horse? Pull your toes up. Riding a bicycle, if you haven't got the ankle moving the same on each side, you'll compensate at your knee or your hip. You might be twisting your lower back as you turn the pedals, point down, and then rest those feet. Lift your arms up and have them horizontal. And then we're going to collapse that lower back and roll back down to flat. So if you can do it without your rope, Mom. If you need it, that's fine. Slowly lowering down, no thumping, all the way down to the ground. Bring those hands all the way over your head. Push your fingers away from your toes. So push your right hand away from your right foot. And push your left hand away from your left foot. Push both hands away from both feet. And then bring those arms up to the sky and bring the right knee up towards your body. Grab hold of that knee. Pull it in towards your chest or your shoulder. So if you take the leg out to the side slightly, your tummy doesn't get in, the flesh of your stomach doesn't get in the way. Pulling that knee in, roll those shoulders into the floor, slide them down. Make sure all your ribs are in contact with the floor. And just make sure your lower back is slightly lifted. Now we're going to pull that right knee over our body, all the way over to the left. I'm going to stretch that right arm away from us. Turn the head to the right so my right ear is on the floor. And I'm really reaching my right hand away from my right shoulder away from my right hip. And my right knee is pulling down towards the floor, pulling away from the right hip. Breathing in, and on the out breath, releasing and letting that stretch further. Release that arm and roll over onto that left-hand side and take this right foot in the left hand. Pull that, engage your tummy so that you've got your back protected. So just get yourself in the neutral spine position. If it means tucking your bottom under you a little bit so you stay straight, and then you're going to pull that leg backwards, pull that right leg backwards without tilting the pelvis and without compressing and bending that lower back. Keep that right shoulder loose and relaxed and down. And then we're going to push that right foot into that hand, just at a sort of 20% intensity. Pushing that foot, keeping the knee. So the knee wants to be behind the center line. Big breath in. On the out breath, release the push and just take the knee slightly further behind you. Feel the stretch in the top of the knee, up the front of the leg and in that hip. Push that foot into that hand again. Keeping that shoulder released. And then breathing in, on the out breath, release the push and pull the leg further behind. So if you need to have a rope around you or the skipping rope or the dressing gown around your foot, that's fine. And then let go of that leg. Roll yourself back onto your back. And then take hold of that knee and just pull that knee up towards the armpit again. Breathing in and out. Now we're going to take hold of the foot on that leg. and pull that foot up towards the left shoulder. And with my right hand, I'm going to put that on my right knee and push my right knee away. So I pull my right foot towards my left shoulder and I push my right knee away. If that feels a bit chicken winged up, you can put your bend your left leg up and put the right foot against the left thigh. And then hold behind that left thigh. And then you can use your right elbow on your right thigh. So you're basically turning your right leg and pulling it up towards you, which is stretching your glutes.
Ooh.
Feel that stretch. So push that right knee into your right elbow so that you're just tensing those muscles in your bum because you're trying to pull the knee up. Breathing in and out. And then breathing in on the out breath, release that push of the leg and pull the left leg closer and you'll feel a bit more intensity in the stretch. Making sure that your tailbone is pulled away from your head, you're lengthened in your spine, your ribs are all on the floor, and your lower back is slightly elevated on your waistband, so you've got that neutral spine curve. Okay, release that left leg, pop it on the ground, take the right leg off, put that on the ground too, and then slide both legs out straight, take your hands over your head and really your fingers away from your toes. And then bring your hands to the sky again. Bring that left leg in this time and we do the same on the left side. So pull that left knee up towards your armpit. Keeping those shoulders down and back. Keeping yourself lengthened. Breathing in on the out breath, pull that left leg over your body. Pulling it over towards the floor and straightening that left arm out away from you. Turning your head to the left, so your left ear's to the ground. Pushing those left fingers away from you. Letting that left knee go down, pulling the knee away from the hip away from the shoulder, so you're turning your spine. And your shoulder is being pushed away from your hand. Good, breathing in and out. And then roll over onto that right hand side. And put your right arm under your head. Keep that right leg straight. Take hold of the left foot in your left hand. If you need to use a dressing gown strap around that foot, you can. Roll that left shoulder backwards. And just pull that, engage the core so that your back and your spine stays straight. And you're just going to pull that left foot behind you. If you need to bend the underneath leg so you don't fall over, then that's fine. Just pulling that top leg backwards. Now push that foot of the top leg into the hand, as if we're trying to kick a football or straighten the leg. So 20% contraction, don't go crazy. Breathing in on the out breath, release the push and pull the leg further behind you. Breathing in, on the out breath, push that leg into the hand. I'm pushing my shin bone against my hand. Release the push and then pull the leg back again. Breathing in, breathing out, let go of the leg and then roll back onto your back. And pull that left knee in, pull the right knee in. And just lift that tailbone off the ground and release. Lift the tailbone up and lift your nose up to your knees as well so that you curl your back and release. Put that right leg out and then turn the left leg. So we take hold of the foot, left foot in the right hand. The left hand pushes the left knee away. Breathing in and out. Now bring that right leg up and rest the foot on the right leg. Hold behind the right leg and just pull that towards you. Use your left elbow on your left thigh to just stop the left knee from coming up. Breathing in On the out breath, push that left knee into the left elbow. So if you're trying to bring that thigh towards your head. Breathing in. On the out breath, release that. Are you all right? Everyone okay?
Yep.
Good. And then pull that leg a little bit further and push on the elbow so we keep that rotation of the thigh. Breathing in and out. Okay, release that right leg to the floor. Release the left leg. Straighten both legs out. Take both arms over your head and push your fingers away from your toes. Rolling the shoulders into the floor, slide them down. Bring those arms back down by your side, keeping your shoulders stabilized. And then turn your palms up, slide the fingers under the bottom. Breathe in on the out breath, push those elbows into the ground and lift your chest up. So you lift your upper back up off the floor. And just push, so just let your head, I'll just let my head stay loose on the ground, so I'm not tilting it, not working on my neck, just pushing. So it's a partial fish pose. And then release. Flatten the back into the ground and pull the right knee in, pull the left knee in. Bring the nose to the knees, so we hug up. So we're curling the back forwards, and then we're going to straighten the legs, let them go out long. Slide the fingers under the bottom, push the elbows into the ground, and we're going to arch that back up, lifting, pushing the chest to the sky. Now, if you feel this in your lower back, it's because you've let go of your tummy, so hold on to that. Hold the tummy, keep the pelvis from overarching, pushing off those elbows, opening the chest. That's what we're working on, opening the chest. Breathing in on the out breath, lower down to flat. Bring that right knee in, bring that left knee in, hug the knees, bring the nose to the knees. And then pop the feet one at a time on the ground, lengthen them out straight. Fingers are under the bum, breathing in on the out breath. Push off those elbows, and if you can lift yourself up so you're on the back of your head, chest is open, tummy's engaged, push those toes away from you. Keep those shoulders down and back. Breathing in, fill the ribs up, fill the lungs up, open the ribs, breathing out, slide those shoulder blades together behind your back. Breathing in and breathing out, squeezing, and then release and lie yourself down to flat. Pull that right knee in, pull that left knee in, hug those the nose to the knees. Lift that tailbone up and then release. Pop your feet on the floor. Good, legs out straight. Excellent. Take those arms out like a scarecrow. As you take the arms over the head, and we'll do one more reach. Stretching the fingers away from the toes. And then bringing those arms back take the arms out like a scarecrow. Bend the knees up. And we're just going to drop the knees over to the right and turn the head left. And we're going to breathe in on the out breath, lift the knees to the center, drop them over to the left, turning the head right. And bringing them back to center. Okay, lengthen the legs out. Take the arms over the head, reach and stretch. And then bring the arms all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest, and we're going to roll all the way up to sitting. Rolling all the way up. And reaching forwards over our feet. And sitting up tall. So arrange your seat bones. Pop your hands, let's put the hands on the floor beside us. Push off those hands and rest down on that middle bottom. Roll those shoulders back. So no hunchbacks, nice straight, neutral spines, chest up, tummy forward, thighs tight, heels pushed to the floor. Arms up horizontal. Glide forwards with those hands. And then come back up to straight. and glide backwards. Up to straight and glide forwards. Good, chest up, mum. Sit up straight and then glide backwards. Up to vertical. Glide forwards, hands going over. So keeping that chest up, shoulders back. Good. Up to vertical. Glide back. Up to vertical. Okay, rest your hands on the floor and we're going to swing our legs around and come up onto all fours. Have you guys got a umbrella or a stick or anything nearby? We'll come to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Use the roller, I suppose.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll come to that in a sec. Right, on all fours on the floor, so on our knees. So hands are under the shoulders. Middle fingers are parallel. Knees are under the hips. And we're going to imagine we're dragging the knees sideways or apart without moving them, so we engage the bum. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and down, and turn the inside of our elbows forward. Arch that back up to the sky and sink that back down, bringing the eyes up. Arch that back up to the sky, eyes come down to the knees. Sink that back down, eyes come up to the sky. Come into that neutral position. Lengthen the head away from the tailbone. Try to be as long as you can. Glide your body backwards, bending at that hip, keeping neutral. No arching of the back. Good. And then coming back up onto all fours. So we're bending at the hip. Stick the tailbone up into the sky a bit more. Saris. Yeah. And Jane, that's good, gliding back. And then coming back up. Good. Gliding back. Jane, just look, drop your chest down, Jane. Roll those shoulders back and down and glide back, keeping that neutral spine. Good. And then coming back up. Okay, put the weight on the right hand. The left hand comes off the floor. I'm going to turn it palm up and slide it under our right arm. Sliding it through, taking that left cheek on the floor, pushing off that right hand. Breathing in. On the out breath, come back up onto all fours. Keep the weight on the right hand. The left hand this time going up into the sky on the left. So we're opening the chest that way. Really opening and then breathing out, taking that hand through and under the other arm. Really pushing through. Breathing in, breathe out and push. Breathe in, come back up. The left hand goes up into the sky. Breathing in at the top. Breathing out and bringing it all the way through. Breathing in, come all the way up to the sky. Breathing out and coming all the way through. Excellent. Bring the other hand, put that hand next to the other hand. So start with, turn the right hand palm up and just slide it through. Turning the body, my cheeks on the floor, pushing that right hand through under my left arm. Coming back up onto that left hand, breathing in. Bring that hand all the way up into the sky, so really opening my body. So trying to get that right shoulder back, Jane, right shoulder back and up, and then swinging that arm through under my armpit. Good. Supporting with that left hand, pushing through that right hand. Breathing in, bring that arm all the way up to the sky again, opening. So my knees are locking my pelvis in this, and my body is trying to turn the chest up to the sky. Take that arm all the way through again. Pushing off that left hand, and then coming back up onto all fours. Roll those shoulders back. Now we're going to drop down onto our elbows, slide the legs back and come onto our tummy. So bring those hands, as you know, keep the elbows by the side. So we're going to keep the fingers level with the eyes, elbows are on the floor here, forehead's on the ground. So just scan our body. So looking at our feet, is the top of your feet in the same place on the floor? Does it feel even pressure? Do your thighs feel even pressure? Is your hip the same height off the ground? Clench your bum, push the pubic bone into the floor. Lift the tummy button up off, resting on that bottom rib. Breathing in, on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, slide them down and let them fall to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, down to the waist, down to the floor. So 12 o'clock is up to our ears, 3 is up to the sky, 6 is down to our waist. We want to leave them at 4 to 5. So breathing in. On the out breath, shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, leave them at 4 o'clock. Push those elbows into the floor and lift that upper body up off the ground, keeping the bottom rib to the toes on the ground. Opening that chest and then lowering back down to the floor. So breathing in. On the out breath, pulling those shoulders back, lifting that upper body up. So really imagine you're pulling your breastbone forward in front of your hands, arching that upper back, tight with the tummy. So Sarah, try to get your breastbone forward, more curved. You're counteracting what would be a hunchback, turning it into the opposite, and then lower down to flat. Breathing in, drawing in the core so that you're not overbending the lower back. Breathe out, lift, drawing those elbows back. Tighten the bum, push the pubic bone in the ground, lengthen and stretch that upper body. Good, more pull still, Sarah, with the breastbone forward, opening that chest, and then lowering down to the ground. Make sure your hands are palms down on the floor. We're going to come up a bit higher onto the pubic bone. So you skip the tummy out, so breathing in. Breathing out, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs, and just lever up off those hands. The elbows will stay a bit bent. Tighten the tummy, push the breastbone forward, really bend that upper back. Really bending that upper back. Clenching the bum and then lower down to the floor. So we do it in our breath. Breathe in, breathe out and lift. Breathe in at the top, breathe out and lower. So breathe in, tighten the bum, lengthen those legs, knees and feet soft on the ground. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Lift that upper body up as we breathe out. Breathe in at the top, keep those shoulders down and back. Breathe out and lower. Good, and again, breathing in. Breathe out, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Levering off our hands, tightening with the bum. That's better, that's much better, Sarah. Keep your shoulders back. And then lower down to the ground. Shoulders back, well done. Tighten with the core so there's not quite so much bend in the lower back. Breathing in, on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back, clench the bum, levering up off the floor, pushing that breastbone up high, trying to get the underneath of your ribs coming to the ceiling. Good, and then lower down to the ground. Okay, this time slide your hands down to the bottom ribs. Hands, palms on the floor. Yep, elbows to the sky. So tighten the bum, lengthen the legs. Breathing in, on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lever off the hands and push up onto your knees. Straighten your elbows. Push that breastbone forward, clench the bum, tighten the tummy. And breathing out and lower down to the floor. Yeah, so we're going to do, Jane, we're doing, coming up into up dog. We're going to do 2 or 3 of these and then we'll go up into, back into child pose. You can always go into child pose if you're feeling it in your lower back, but I think you guys can manage. So breathing in, on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, pull them down, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, push off those hands, come all the way up onto your knees. Bring those shoulders back, lengthen the body and lower back down to the floor. So Jane, is your back all right? Then don't lift your bum up into the air.
That's fine.
Okay, so you've got to stay in the up dog position, so the
Okay.
hips stay down towards the floor.
Okay.
So breathe in on the out breath,
Okay,
roll the shoulders
sorry.
up to the ears, up to the sky, pull them back and down, clench the bum, lengthen the legs, push off those hands, keep your hips hanging down, Jane. Come up into up dog like this, shoulders are back and down, tighten those arms. Now tighten the thighs and just lift the knees off the floor. Don't push your bum in the air. Just don't push the bum, just tighten the thighs. Drop the knees, lower yourself all the way down to the ground again. Okay, this time we will do exactly what we've just done, but we will go into child pose afterwards. Have a breather. So breathing in. Breathe out, clench the bum, pull the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, pull them down. Push off those hands, clenching the bum, letting the bum hang, the hip flexors hang down, tightening the bottom into that. Now tighten the thighs and lift those knees off the floor, opening that chest, drop the knees to the floor, bum in the air, back into child pose. Back into child pose. So push those fingers forwards on the ground, stretching those armpits, breathing in. Walk those hands over to the left. And stretching that lower back, stretching that right side. Walk those hands back to the middle and walk them over to the right hand side. And bring them back to the middle. Good. Big breath in. And breathe out, slide the hands forward. Now come up onto all fours. Go down onto your elbows. Slide yourself down onto the ground again. So this time bring your arms down by your side. Rest your chin or your forehead on the ground. Breathing in. Clench the bum, push into your pubic bone. Breathing out. Breathing in, draw in that tummy and lift it off the floor. Keeping that bum clenched, pushing in the pubic bone. Breathe out. Breathing in, tighten the thighs, make sure the knees and feet are soft on the ground. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, slide them down as you breathe out. Breathing in, drawing in the core, clenching the bum, shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Hold them in the sky and bring the arms up as well. Yeah. Lower the arms down to the floor as you round the shoulders back down again. So breathing in, the bum stays clenched, tummy's clenched, resting on the bottom rib. Bring the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up. Round the shoulders and bring them down. So if we go to our clock face, where 12 o'clock is up to our ears, 3 is up to the sky, 4 and 5 is where we want to keep our shoulders. So when we move the arms around, the shoulders still have to stay there. They mustn't fall down to 10 o'clock. So breathing in, breathe out, shoulders come up to the ears, up to the sky, down to 4 o'clock where they're going to stay. Lift those arms up. Lengthen the head away from the toes and pulse the arms to the sky, keeping the shoulders at 4 o'clock. So 3, 2, 1. Breathe out around with the shoulders down to the floor. Good. Breathing in on the out breath. Shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Arms come up. Pulse them up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round them down to the ground. Breathing in on the out breath, shoulders come up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up, lengthening the body, making sure your tummy button's off the ground, pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them there. Now lift the head up off the floor, keeping the eyes looking straight down, keep the chest open, tummy's off the ground, pulse those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms there. Push those toes away from the top of the head. Pulse the arms up for 3, 2, 1, release and lower. Breathing in and breathing in. Well done. Breathing in. On the out breath, lengthen the legs, tighten the bum. Tighten the thighs so the knees and feet are off the ground. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up. Bring that head up, lengthen the toes away from the head. Pulse those arms up for 5, 4. We're opening the chest at the same time. 2, 1. Hold them there. So we're opening the chest and lifting the arms. Breathing in. On the out breath. Up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lengthen the legs from the head and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Keep those arms on the ground here. Rest your head down, clench your bum, tighten your tummy. Lengthen your legs and tighten your thighs so both legs are off the ground. Breathing in and lift that right leg up 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Lift the left leg up 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Lift the right leg up. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. So you should feel it in your bum and the left leg. 3, 2, 1. And release. So you shouldn't feel that in your lower back. Does anyone feel that in their lower back?
Mm-hmm.
So if you do, you've got
No,
to...
it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so if you do, you've got to...
I do. No.
Pull the pubic bone down into the floor more and tighten the tummy more, and that prevents the lower back. So breathing in. On the out breath, lengthen the legs away, tighten the bum, push the pubic bone into the ground. Lift that right leg up 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Lift the left leg. 3, 2, 1. Try and keep the legs straight. Keep those legs up. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Bring those arms up. Bring that head up off the ground. So my arms are up, my heads are up, and my legs are up. Bring that right leg up 3 times. 2, 1. And the left leg. Really lengthen that leg. 3, 2, 1. Hold yourself here. Lift the arms up. 3, 2, 1. And release.
Oh.
Good work. Bend those elbows. Put the elbows next to your fingers next to your cheek. Breathing in on the out breath. Push yourself up and we'll go back into child pose. And just loosen up that back the other way. Good work. So those muscles are the ones that hold us straight. And they're the muscles that help us walk and stay straight, pulling our shoulders back, clenching our bum and driving through. So I don't know if you guys are on Instagram, but those pictures I put up on the calendar, there's a kind of explanation on Instagram and on my Facebook page of thoughts behind it. So like that cheetah galloping through the countryside, it's like what's happening with its bum muscle. Right, come back onto your tummy. Oh, we're not finished, Sarah. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to rotate the arms and the upper body. So rest the forehead on the ground. Clench the bum, lengthen the legs, draw in the tummy. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky. Keep them at 4 o'clock. And lift those hands and forearms up. And lower. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hand and forearm, keep the elbow on the floor, and lower that hand and forearm down. Lengthen the body, lift those hands and forearms up, and lower. Lengthen the legs, tummy engaged, lifting that off the floor, keeping neutral. Lift the hand and forearm up, hold it up, and lift the whole arm up in the sky, and then touch the elbow down. Whole arm up, touch that elbow down. Whole arm up, touch that elbow down. Whole arm up, keep it there. Lift those arms up higher for 3, 2, 1. Hold them there. Lift that head up off the ground. Lengthen those legs. So my feet and knees are off the ground, bottoms clenched, tummies engaged, heads off the floor, toes are off the floor, arms are up.
Oh.
Pulse the arms for 3. This is it. 3, 2, 1, and then lower everything back down. Well done. Big breath and breathe. Breathing in and breathe out. Okay, push off your hand, put your hands next to your chest. Push off your hands and come up onto all fours. So middle fingers are parallel. Knees are under your hips. Sink that back down to the floor. Take your eyes up. Push your chest down between your arms. And arch your back up, taking your eyes down to your knees. Sinking down. Eyes coming up. And then go down and take your eyes to your knees. Come into neutral. Walk your feet forward. Walk your knees forward, so we're going to sit on the mat. Right, grab a stick. I've got so you've got your lacrosse stick, haven't you, Jane? If you've got a stick, Sarah, a stick would be better because the roller is a bit wide. Oh, I do like
a stick. Go get Frisco.
Oh, she's got a stick.
A walking stick.
There you go. What?
Go stick.
Oh, this. Oh, polo. Look at you, sporty girls. How awesome is that?
Right, Sarah.
That's very good. I've normally got umbrellas and things in the morning. Right, okay, so with the stick, so just rest it on your knees to start with. So we're going to remind ourselves of that neutral position. So we're going to play around with sitting up and holding our shoulders back. So put your fists on the floor, roll those shoulders back and down, lift that body up off the ground so the bum's loose, and then rest it down so you sit on your middle bottom. If you want, if it's hard on your thighs, you can bend your knees and let your knees hang out to the side. The priority list is the pelvis is vertical on the floor, neutral spine, shoulders back, then we deal with the legs. I don't want your legs straight and you're all slumped like that. I want you to be up on your seat bones. So roll those shoulders back, take hold of your stick, put that stick on the chest. So pull the elbows back, the stick's on the chest. Push the stick forward without letting the shoulders come forward. Pull the stick back and pull those elbows behind you. Push that stick away. Pull that stick back. Push the stick to the sky. Up to the sky. Put it down in front of the body. Push it up to the sky. And put it down behind your head. So it rests on the shoulders. Chest is open. Breathing in. On the out breath, push the stick up to the sky. Breathing in and lower it. Now push it backwards so it comes away from it's behind your head, but we're pushing it away from our head, from our shoulders. Touch our shoulders. Push it away. So we really squeezing those shoulders back and down. Bringing it back so it touches the shoulders. Pushing it away, holding it away. Push it up to the sky. Bringing it down behind us. Jane, body up, chest up. Breastbone up. Bring that stick down. Yeah, so lower your elbows to move the stick. Lift the elbows up to straighten and push the stick to the sky. Bring those elbows down to bring the stick down behind us. Chest up. Head forward. Head up, Jane. Chin up. Chest forward. Push that stick up. Bring it back in front. Glide forwards over those feet. Glide forward, give your back a bit of a break. Come forward. Come back up, rest the stick on your legs. Come back to vertical, roll those shoulders and just loosen that back up. So Jane, chest up. Imagine you've got a pendant on your necklace and you're lifting that necklace up to the sky. Lifting that pendant up. So getting ourselves back into our neutral position. So if you need to hold behind your legs to pull forward or put your hands on the floor to find neutral, that's fine. Basically lift the chest up, taking that stick again. Push the stick up to the sky. Bringing the stick down on the front of the chest. Pull the elbows back, shoulders back. Turning round to the right. Keep vertical. Mum, chest up. Turning round to the left. Back to centre. Turning to the right. Chest up. Jane, chest up. Back to centre. Turning the other way. Back to centre. Push that stick up to the sky. Bring that stick down behind you. Chest up. Turning round to the right. Back to centre.
Oh, Lord above.
Turning left. Oh my goodness. Back to centre. Okay, bend the knees up a little bit. So we're going to do the one.
Ooh, Emma, you're killing us.
I'm killing you. That's all right. You've got Christmas to recover.
Yes.
So sitting up straight, leaning back. Come back up to straight. Leaning back. So this one is building up to the one I put that Annie said, good Lord, it's a Sunday. Come back up. Leaning back. Hold yourself here. Chest up, Jane. Chest up, shoulders back. Come back up to vertical. Right, we're going to touch on this. So lean back, chest up. Lift that right foot off the floor. Lift the left foot off the floor. Put the right foot down. Put the left foot down. Sit yourself up. Stick up. Stick horizontal. And relax. Mum's already stopped.
I have, sorry.
Put the stick to the side. Put the left hand on the right knee and just have a stretch. Just turn around to the right. So the point of that, other way, so that is extremely difficult because it's forcing you to be perfect. But the problem is that a lot of the time when we lean back, we keep our shoulders forward and we slump. So we've got to get the shoulders back. So it makes you be aware of how much tummy you have to use and how much engagement of those shoulder blades you have to have. Then when you move your arms around, so in riding, that's really important. Sarah, dressage, what have you, where you're turning and you're keeping yourself nice and straight. Cycling, it's just all prevents lower back pain on a bicycle because you're not forward and stretched. You've got your chest forward and up, and the stick just makes you stay perfect. So when you do that one, the teaser one, which Kay said she'd done with you, where you're back like this, with your feet off the floor, it's very easy to be back like that, all slumped. So we've got to stay nice and straight. Okay, we'll come back to that another time. So sitting up tall, push those heels away from you, point those toes, rest those legs, sliding down to flat, all the way down to flat. Take those arms over your head. Push your right hand away from your right foot, left hand away from your left foot, and then bring those arms back down by your side. Bend your left knee in, bend your right knee in. Feet are flat under your knees. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, slide them down. Breathing in on the out breath, lift that tailbone up, clench with the bum, and come up into the bridge. Push those fingers down towards the heels. Breathing in, breathe out, lower the body one vertebra at a time, keeping the tailbone up. Every vertebra goes down from the head to the bum in the sequence. Arch the back at the bottom. Breathing in, breathe out, push the back into the floor, clench the bum, lift yourself all the way up off the ground. Lifting, breathing in. On the out breath, lowering all the way back down to the floor. Arch the back at the bottom, breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum, lifting that back all the way up off the ground. Push those fingers down towards the heels. Breathing in, on the out breath, lowering one vertebra at a time. Keep those shoulders on the ground, don't let them lift up. Arch the back at the bottom. Keeping those fingers flat on the floor. Neutral spine, so focus on the head, lengthening the neck. Ribs are on the ground. Lower back is slightly elevated. Draw in the core and lift that right foot up off the ground. Tap that right heel back down on the ground. Lift that right foot up. The only thing that's moving is the leg. Tap that heel down. Lift that foot up. Tap that heel down. Lift the left leg up. Tap that left foot down. Lift that left foot up. Tap that left foot down. Lift that left foot up and keep it there. Lift that right foot up. Tap the right foot down, neutral spine, lifting it up. Yeah, keep the angle of your knee the same. Tap that right foot down so that the leg, it's the thigh moving in the hip joint. Lift that right foot up. Left foot goes down. So it's the whole leg moves. Lift that whole leg up. Lower that whole leg. So move the thigh and the hip. Lift that leg up. Lower that leg down. Keep those shoulders down. Lift that leg up. Straighten that right leg in the sky. Lower that right leg all the way down to the floor. Straight if you can. Lift that right leg all the way back up. Bend that knee. Straighten that left leg into the sky. Lower that left leg down. Lift that left leg back up.
Sorry.
Bend that knee. Straighten that right leg in the sky. Lower that right leg all the way to the floor. Lift that right leg all the way back up. Bend that leg. Straighten that left leg up. Lower it all the way down to the ground. Lift it all the way back up. Bend that knee. Take hold of your knees in your hands. Pull them up towards you and lift your tailbone up off the ground. Lifting once. Lifting twice. Lifting 3 times. Rest those feet back on the ground. Take those arms out like a scarecrow. Drop the knees over to the left, the right, turn the head left. Big breath in and breathe out. Bring those knees up to the sky. Drop them over to the left, turn the head right. Breathing in and breathing out. Lift those legs back up to the sky. Lengthen them out straight. Take the arms over the shoulders, over the head, reaching those fingers away from the toes. Bring those hands all the way up to the sky, chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Leaning yourself forwards over those toes. Yep, come back to sitting up vertically. Pop your hands on the floor beside your bum. Breathing in on the out breath, push yourself up to the sky and then lower yourself down on your middle bottom. Roll those shoulders back and take the arms out wide all the way up above your head. Push those hands up to the sky, take your eyes up, take a big breath in. Fill those lungs up with air. Breathe out, bring those arms all the way wide down by your side. Rest them on your legs and roll your shoulders. Well done, you survived.
Just.
Wow, you did really well. That's quite
Well, thank you, Emma. That was good.